We've entered Wrestlemania month with What Happened on My Universe mode. Okay, you've had your little break. You've had your 2K19. Well, we move on to WWE 2K20, the glitchy mess. And we move on to the latest edition of Monday Night Raw from Nashville, Tennessee. And we open the show with the tag team champions, Team Fuckboy! John Cena and Roman Reigns finally able to team after all those other John Cenas have fucked off. They were taking on the B team. The match began with John Cena hitting Curtis Axel with a corner attack, then tagging into Roman Reigns for a bit of double teamness, but Curtis Axel was able to somehow get a reversal on Roman Reigns, hit a couple of moves, a big backbreaker and a sidewalk slam, before eventually hitting a forearm to his face and getting the advantage back, following that up with a gut-wrench suplex and a big dirty German. Reigns then tagged into Cena. We got a little bit more double teamness. John Cena hit his set-up bomb and then a sit-out hip toss followed by a sit-out F5. He tagged back into Roman Reigns, another little bit of double teamness, and then a big Samoan drop from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns then went through the motions with Curtis Axel, Superman punch and spear, tagged into John Cena. He put Curtis Axel down with a powerbomb and the AA. He went for the pin. Bo Dallas was way too slow getting back in. 1, 2, 3, and the tag team champions, Team Fuckboy, were your winners, and they were joined by Gallows and Anderson after the match, who made their thoughts clear that they would be the ones challenging for those tag team championships come WrestleMania. Before we moved on to our next match, we were joined in the ring by Baron Corbin, who's finally shaved his head in the game. He said that he was the greatest to ever step into the WWE ring and everyone in his generation was weak, not tough like him. He understood that jealousy was running rampant through the locker room. He finished off by serving up a warning to each and every superstar in the back that he can outwork, outgrapple and outgun each and every one of them. He moved on backstage and we moved on in the show to our next match as the Bella Twins were taking on the makeshift team of Paige and Naomi. But before we start the match, there's a bit of news. The Raw Women's Championship is now vacant. Alundra Blaze was the champ, but she didn't make it onto 2K20. She was fired. She then went on to some other promotion show and threw the title in the bin. These people are all now fighting for places to become the new champion, and Paige staked her claim straight away by hitting a dirty German suplex on Nikki Bella. She tagged into Naomi, who hit a Lufez press and a final cut before ramming double knees to the head, Meteora style. She tagged back into Paige, who got a bit of double teamness, and then there was a backbreaker and a snap suplex on Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella finally got some offense in when she replied to Paige's forearm with one of her own. She hit a Bella Buster and then tagged into Brie Bella, who nailed Paige with a snap suplex and locked in an abdominal stretch, but Paige was eventually able to reverse out of that with a head scissors. Back in control, Paige tagged back into Naomi, and after a little bit of double teamness, Naomi drove Brie Bella to the mat with a Northern Lights suplex and a somersault flying clothesline, but Brie Bella grabbed her, hit another snap suplex and tagged into her sister. Nikki Bella went on the offense with a hip toss and a massive spine bust before tagging back into Brie. She came running in with a forearm but then got reversed after that with a fireman's carry. Naomi drove her head into the mat with a head scissors and then tagged into Paige, who nailed a Northern Lights suplex, went for the Paige turner but got reversed. Brie tagged into Nikki, but Nikki immediately got reversed as well, took a knee to the head, and Paige finally hit the Paige turner. And after the signature comes the finisher. Paige smashed Nikki Bella with the Rampage. She went for the pin, but she was only able to get a 2 count, and Nikki Bella reversed Paige's slam attempt after that, attacked her in the back of the head, lifted her up for the rack attack and hit that. She went for the pin, and apparently pressing Y for resiliency didn't actually work, because apparently you got to press a button at the same time. Oh well. Bella Twins somehow picked up the win, and we moved on to our next match, which saw Finn Balor, fresh off losing his feud to Daniel Bryan, taking on Randy Orton. First out of the traps in this one was Randy Orton, who came straight at Finn Balor with a back suplex and a vertical suplex followed by a huge back elbow. But Finn Balor came back, reversing with a jawbreaker and a spinning forearm before bringing down Randy Orton with a snap suplex and a dragon screw. Randy Orton tried to get a bit of respite by rolling to the outside, but there was no escape from Finn Balor, who hit him with a gigantic missile dropkick off the top rope. Back in the ring, there was the Pele kick and a reverse DDT, and Randy Orton rolled to the outside once again. Finn Balor posted the crowd, but that's when the Viper struck, hitting a back suplex and a big elbow drop. Randy Orton wasn't done with the big moves, hitting a draping DDT. He went for the RKO, but got pushed away by Finn Balor. He then dodged Finn Balor's drop kick, but got reversed again before Finn Balor dropped him down with a flatliner and a DDT. Finn Balor then hit an elbow drop off the top rope and the big reverse DDT brainbuster thing that Finn Balor sometimes finishes matches with, just like this one. He got the pin, 1, 2, 3, and Finn Balor was your winner. Next match, it was Kevin Owens. He was fighting everyone according to his Minitron there, and in this match he was fighting Bobby Lashley. This one turned out to be a bit of a hoss battle. Bobby Lashley hitting a belly-to-belly suplex and a huge bouncing suplex on Kevin Owens before getting reversed with a fireman's carry. Kevin Owens then hit an arm-trapped Russian leg sweep on Bobby Lashley and a gutbuster before he was reversed as well. Bobby Lashley was back in the advantage and he lifted up Kevin Owens for a second belly-to-belly suplex and a huge gut-wrench powerbomb. The two men, they were both up. They started running at each other and eventually Kevin Owens got the advantage once more with a huge clothesline. He hit a lovely moonsault before getting his kick caught by Bobby Lashley, who lifted him up for a nasty looking reversal. Lashley dropped Kevin Owens on his face and then went to stomp him, but Owens rolled to the outside, ran back in with a clothesline, hit a even nastier looking draping DDT than Randy Orton does, hit a clothesline in the corner, and then the two ran into each other once more, in which case Lashley came out the better this time as Lashley grabbed him for a suplex and then lifted him for a gorilla press into a power slam, but Kevin Owens reversed after that, hit the stunner, went for the pin, but Bobby Lashley, he kicked out at 2. He reversed the next stunner attempt but got reversed himself with an elbow to the face. Kevin Owens shoulder charged him down and hit him with the fake out package power driver. Owens then pump handled Bobby Lashley's neck onto his knee and lifted him up for the pop-up powerbomb, which he hit, went for the pin, 1, 2, 3. Lashley ain't kicking out this time and Kevin Owens picked up the W. We move on now to our Raw main event as the WWE Champion Seth Rollins was taking on the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. But before the match they were joined at ringside by the Royal Rumble winner Daniel Bryan, who just wanted to have a watch of his future WrestleMania opponent Seth Rollins. Now in universe mode normally we get a cutscene in a moment or so where Daniel Bryan will distract Seth Rollins in some way where Brock Lesnar will get the advantage in the match. That doesn't happen in this match. Brock Lesnar has the advantage to start with, but because 2K20 is such a glitchy mess, they put Randy Orton there instead of Daniel Bryan. Bit weird, but it totally distracted me from the rest of the match as I've talked all the way over it. So let's join it back now where Brock Lesnar hit that clothesline. Lesnar seemed intent on keeping Rollins down, giving him several smashes to the back and back of the head, but it got too boring for Rollins, who eventually reversed with an arm drag. He gave him a huge knee to the face and then a schoolboy super kick. He threw Brock Lesnar into the corner post shoulder first and came back at him with a Phoenix splash. After that, there was only one thing left to do, and that's hit the curb stomp to the back of Brock Lesnar's head. And that was that. Brock Lesnar surprisingly beat pretty easily, but the story's not that. The story's 2K20. Glitchy fucking mess. That's it for another edition of What Happened on My Universe Mode. Like and subscribe. Nitro next.